Steve, the same is happening in the state of Georgia. So take us to Georgia. The spread now is 9-17. That has flipped to Joe Biden for the moment. How does it look going forward?
And we actually got just another update that's pushed Biden's lead over 1,000 now statewide. 1,096 is the new Biden lead. Now, again, like Pennsylvania, overnight there was one place in Georgia that has continued to count. It is Clayton County. And here you go. You can see it overwhelmingly Democratic, Clayton County. This is in the Atlanta metro area. Biden winning the lion's share of the vote here. They've had several thousand of these absentee ballots, mail ballots that they have been working through overnight. They've provided, I think, 7 or 8 different updates. Now, there was a big one about an hour and a half ago, I would say, when Biden took the lead statewide in Georgia because of that update. I know I was on the air at that point saying I thought maybe that was the end of it for Clayton County. But as you can see, there are still more votes to come, some more from Clayton County, and a few more were just reported. And again, what that has done is it's put Biden up to a 1,096 vote lead statewide. Now, Clayton was the only one that was counting overnight, but there are some counties left in Georgia that also have remaining uncounted ballots. They will be getting to those this morning and reporting them out. For instance, Gwinnett County right here, again, Atlanta metro area. This is a strong Biden county. They got a bunch of ballots. You know, bunch is a relative term here. We're inside, I think, at 10,000 ballots left in the state. But they've got more coming there, a few other places. We've seen a similar trend, though, in Georgia. It's not as dramatic as the one we just described in Pennsylvania, where Biden is just pouring it on in the mail vote everywhere. But we've even seen some Republican counties here, some pro-Trump counties, where the mail vote has been kind of a mixed bag. That seems to be the best Trump is doing with it in these. So, again, I think you're seeing a similar, if less dramatic, trend with the mail-in votes coming in Georgia. Biden continues to benefit, continues to, for a while, cut into Trump's lead, now seems to be building his own lead. However, keep in mind, Georgia has a recall provision. If the final margin finishes within half a point, within 0.5, the losing candidate or the candidate who's not in first can file for a recount. And this thing is virtually certain, as you can see, however exactly it shakes out with the remaining ballots, virtually certain to fall into that zone. Now, we had a similar situation in Wisconsin a couple days ago where Biden finished the counting ahead by 20,000. It was within half a point. And the Trump campaign had a similar provision on the books in Wisconsin. And the Trump campaign said, OK, we want the recount. So if that happens here, if Biden finishes on top, but it's inside 0.5, surmise there might be a recount here in Georgia. That could slow this. If your terms you're saying, is there going to be a declared winner of Georgia? Also, today is the deadline in Georgia. End of business today is the deadline for overseas and military ballots to come in. This is not to say there's necessarily a huge pile of them, by the way, that's about to be counted, because many of them have already been counted. It's just a question of whether there are more that come in today, whether there are more that show up today. But again, in a very close race, something to keep in mind. But again, I think this thing has a potential here. I think you'd say, looking at the trend, again, there's much more potential for Biden to finish this round of counting in first in Georgia than there is for Trump at this point. But even then, in terms of getting to that declaration of an official winner of Georgia, there may be some time involved here because of the process I'm outlining.
Thanks for checking out MSNBC on YouTube, and make sure you subscribe to stay up to date on the day's biggest stories. And you can click on any of the videos around us to watch more from Morning Joe and MSNBC. Thanks so much for watching.